Hey guys, and welcome to a game that's brand new to my channel, Space Engineers. I just picked this up on Steam. It was actually courtesy of Autumn, Cage's wife. Went and got this for me, and because they wanted me to play with them, and I figured, you know what, I might as well put it on my channel too. So I have played around with this a little bit, and I figured I might as well record a single player series on my channel, and who knows, maybe I'll throw in some multiplayer with me and Cage as well. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're hopping to a brand new world. I'm not going to do quick start because that creates a creative mode game, and I really don't want that. I like to work for whatever I get. So let's do a custom world. And I don't want it to be named Easy Start 1. So let's say Surg's SSP, Survival Single Player. And I don't really want to start with any one of these easy starts. Now, I have looked around in this crashed red ship, and that would be kind of realistic. Suppose that you're in a ship and flying around and you crash, and that would be kind of fun. However, there's one downside to that, and that is that I searched around in this world and I couldn't find a life support station, so I'd probably die pretty quickly. Now, I could do 2 platforms, but it's more for like multiplayer, like it says there. So I think I'm going to do Lone Survivor. Basically, the story behind it is I started on an abandoned platform with no ships, and I have to start from scratch. So let's say I was out there and I lost my ship, and I was just on this platform. So let's go ahead and start with that one. We'll go ahead and do survival. Inventory size, I think I want to do 10 times, and I think I want to do it 10 times for all of these because realistic is very, very small inventory. 3 times isn't too big either. 10 times I think is pretty good. I think that's really where it should be. So offline, obviously, because it's single player. Max objects. You know what? Let's go ahead and bump this. We'll say 199. I wanted to get 200, but that's okay. As far as the hostility, the only thing in the game right now is asteroids. And I'd rather be safe, at least for this playthrough. I could do normal, which is meteor showers would come down, but I really don't want that to destroy my base. As far as asteroids, let's go ahead and we'll say we're in an asteroid belt. I mean, we are on a platform, so most likely we went there to go mining. So let's make it a lot of big asteroids. Let's go ahead and do the healing, and why not? We'll do cargo ships too. So let's go ahead and get started. So here we go. We start out and we're on this mining platform. And a few things about the interface. Because I have been playing a little bit, I don't want to start out too quickly. On the left side there, down near the bottom, you can see my health and my jetpacks. Dampeners, that basically it'll stop you when you stop moving. Lights, pretty self-explanatory. Mass is basically, I think it's how much I weigh right now, like how much it feels like. There is speed, that's how fast I'm moving. Energy, that's my life support of my system, and when I hop in a ship, obviously that's going to be a little bit, but it'll also show me the energy of my ship. And then volume, and that's basically how much I'm carrying. And if I open up my inventory here, you can see here, these are the different things that I can build, but this is my actual inventory, what I have on me, because you can see that here. Now, these right here, 148, I mean, these are kind of small items, and if I had it set to the normal carry size, then I wouldn't be able to carry much more than this. So that's why I kind of upped it a little bit. Now, one nice thing, let me go ahead and turn on my jetpacks. You can't really tell the difference, but let's go ahead and go up a little bit. One nice thing about this game is, ooh, I see some good stuff right there. One nice thing about this game is basically there is no up. I mean, there's different stars around, right, that put out light, but as far as up and down and ground and stuff like that, there really is none. So I can turn in any direction that I want, and maybe this is up, right? It's a matter of orientation, which is really cool. It's really realistic. Now, obviously, if I turn off my jetpack, this right here is a gravity generator. So you can see there on the bottom right, there's gravity facing this direction here. And that's because of this gravity generator. If I were to turn this off, well, let's go in here and go ahead and turn this off. So now there's no gravity, right? Which means even if I turn my jetpack off, I'm just floating. If you look at my shadow, you can see my guy. It's kind of funny. So let's go ahead and fly back down here. For my platform, I think I do want gravity. So let's go ahead and turn this back on. And we'll just leave it where it's set to. So that way there's gravity all over my platform. So I can turn my jetpack off and conserve energy. Now, that energy is slowly going down, so I do want to refill it. And I refill it here at the medical room. The other thing that I need to keep in mind is this nuclear reactor. So let's go ahead and look at this. And we can see that it's currently producing energy. And I don't think it will tell me how long it will last. There's supposed to be a place. Let's see. So nothing is currently running at the moment. Let me just see about the assembler and the refinery. Yeah, all of that's turned on. I think there's supposed to be a way that I can tell how long I have left. No, doesn't really tell me. Okay, well, let's go ahead and hop out of there. So let's pull up our usable inventory here, and I think the first thing that I'm going to want is my hand drill. Let's go ahead and put that on my hotbar here. My grinder, that'll help me take apart things, and welder helps me build things. So I think though the first thing that I'm going to want is I'm definitely going to want to find some ores to be able to use here in my refinery. So I really need to go set out on this asteroid and try to find something useful. Oh, there's some iron a couple meters away. Let's see if we can get closer to it. 13 meters. What is this? Is this just stone? Let's check the other sides here. Ah, there we go. See, there's something. So let's get a little bit closer. And, okay, so this is iron. Now, I can sit here and I can go ahead and drill this iron by hand. But you see these little pieces? Oh, where'd it go? Little pieces will go and fly off, so I have to be really careful. Oh, there's a piece. There's a piece, I gotta go get it. So the problem is I have to actually pick them up. Because there's no gravity here, it's just gonna fly off. So I have to be really careful about what I'm doing right now. Now, what I could do, let's go around the other side where the station is. And actually, if I go up here, let's see if we can find a spot. Ooh, there we go. See, I'm trying to find a spot that actually has gravity. If you see there on the bottom right, like I said, you can see that I do have gravity now. But if I go over here, I don't. And that's because of my platform. So let's see if we can find something, say, around here where we do have gravity to at least get us started. Ah, there we go. So there's something. Some iron. So let's go down here. Now, if we go, let me go ahead and turn so that gravity's facing down. If we go here, see how it fell it's falling, and then now I have to go find it. Where did it fall to? Oh no, I think I lost it. I don't know that I want the autosave turned on. Let me turn that off. Okay, doesn't look like I can turn off the autosave functionality, and unfortunately, I think we just ended up losing that piece of iron. But we do have gravity here, so maybe... no, let's go back up to the top of it here. And I think what I'd like to do is, before I go and dig into the iron, let's go ahead and see if we can create a place for the iron to actually go. Yeah, like this. So now it has a little spot it can go into. So we can actually pick it up because we do have gravity now. I'm probably going to lose some pieces. But basically what I want to do is get as much of this stuff as I can, and I'm going to dig down for a little bit so that way I can go ahead and create like a little trench. Now, the whole time I do have to keep in mind my life support system, so I got to be careful of that too. Yeah, I think that would be pretty good right there. So now I can just go ahead and pick up all this, and you can see some of it's just stone, and other pieces are iron. And you can see my weight starting to go up. So let's go ahead and back out here. Okay, that'll be a good little hole for iron to start falling into. So now we can go ahead and really get into this this iron here. And most of it, if not all, should end up, you know, falling into this hole. Now a good chunk of that's stone right there, so let's go ahead and just orient ourselves a little bit. And where we dig and the angle that we dig at is kind of important. So, but the nice thing is now that we actually have... Oh no! See, the gravity is kind of a catch-22, because when stuff starts to bounce around, it just ends up falling. So now we have a little bit of iron, not a whole lot, but let's go ahead and what we can do now with this little bit of iron is let's go back to our platform here, and we'll go ahead and turn our jetpack off. And I should be able to go ahead and just open this up. Why is it not letting me go into the refinery? I want to put... Oh, there we go. So I want to put this stuff in the refinery. So I want it to refine this iron for me. Go. Doesn't sound like it's running. There it goes. Okay, so when I hop into it, it's not. So this is now going to refine the iron, and it's going to give me iron and gravel. Because it's going to go through, looks like it went through all of that iron already. And it doesn't make a lot, so I have to be careful of what I'm going to make. So let's see here. Let's see what we can make. So in production... Looks like I'm going to need some more materials before I can really get into making anything. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and find where that iron was. I know it's around here somewhere. Is that it? No. That's probably it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and dig some more of this iron out and refine it up, and then I'll come back when I have a decent amount and we can go ahead and do something with it. Okay, I'm back here on the space station, and I have a good amount of iron and gravel done processing. And I was looking at something, and that is over here. I figured it out. So if I go over here, you can see I have 5 minutes of fuel left. If you look down on the bottom left, or bottom right, sorry. It says fuel time, 5 minutes. So I actually need to turn this off right now. Otherwise, I'm going to be in big trouble. So let's go ahead and let's turn the small reactor off. Now, that's going to mean that I have no gravity and no way to recharge my suit, but if I don't do this now, I'm not going to have the power left to basically refine uranium, which is used for the power source. Unfortunately, that means that I have to find uranium. So let's see if there's any on this asteroid that we're on right now. Now, this drill has a small, basically a small ore detector. So let's see if I go back into where I was mining down here. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. It is, okay, it's right here. If I go back down into here, you can see I have quite a bit of iron and stuff that I've dug out. And it'll tell me, it should tell me that there's some iron close by. It's not telling me iron anywhere. Probably because I've been digging most of it. Let's see. Nope. Not going to tell me that there's iron anywhere. Okay. So there must not be a lot of iron here, although as far as I know, the center of asteroids are mainly iron anyway. But I need to find... Okay, so that one, this one here is semi-close. Let's go check out that one, because that looks like some different colors than iron. Now I'm going to be using a lot of my life support systems getting out here, but I kind of need to. So let's see. Ooh, that's nice. What is this? Platinum and iron. I have some gold here. That's what I want. Uranium. Right there. So there's uranium. This must be uranium right here, this black stuff. So let's see. Where did it go? Now, I have read that if I hold down my button to collect stuff while I'm doing this, that I can collect pieces before they fly off, but it doesn't look like that's working now. I need to collect it. Okay, I collected a little bit. Is that what I have? Okay, I have some uranium. Let's see if I can collect up a little bit more. Ah, there's an ice piece. Got it. I don't see anything flying around. Yeah, so I have a small amount of uranium. Let's see where... There's a piece. Let's hope this is enough. So it looks like there's quite a bit in here, actually. I don't see any pieces flying off. Oh, there's a piece. Problem is all these little pieces that are flying around. Oh, there goes one. Where did it go? Got it. Okay. So I think hopefully that should be enough. Let's find where our station is. Oh, there's another little piece flying off. Let's see if we can match up with it and pick it up. Got it. Okay, so our space station is not showing up. There it is. There should be a beacon. Oh, I know why. I turned off the power. So, since I turned off the power, the beacon's not working. So, let's go back here, and let's go ahead and turn the power back on here. Now that we have at least a little bit of uranium. Because if we look inside of here, it should tell us how much uranium is actually in here. Let's see in the inventory. Yeah, see, 0.5 uranium. So hopefully this should turn into enough. So let's go ahead and turn on our small reactor. And that should turn all of our systems back on. No. Small reactor on. Okay, so now we have gravity again. So let's quickly get this over here and go ahead and get this uranium processed. So if we look in here, yeah, see, we're getting a little bit. Let's give it a second. Okay, so 0.13. Now, unfortunately, because I'm playing on a single player and it's offline mode, that means that this these items don't really continue to run when I'm in the interface like this. So that's something that I have to keep in mind. So let's go ahead and grab the uranium that we have processed. And let's go over here and let's get it into this reactor. And if we go into the inventory, we should be able to go ahead and throw this small reactor, yeah. Why is it not letting me throw it in there? It's in my inventory. I want to throw it into the small reactor. Do I need a whole ingot? I don't think I do. Maybe it's because it's running? Nope. And I can't throw it into the assembler. Well, let's turn it back on at least for now. Oh, that's the gravity generator. Duh. Okay, here's the reactor. There we go. Now we can throw that in there. So if we come back over here, we should be able to... Oh, good. Now I have 30 minutes at least. And I have more uranium that's still processing. Looks like it still has about half of what I collected. So let's go collect up the rest of this iron that I had down here. And we're going to need some other components. I can go ahead and turn my jetpack off since I do have some gravity in here. And the nice thing is if I just hold the button that I have to collect this stuff, then I can just mouse over it and it collects it for me, instead of going and clicking on each individual piece. You can see that I've been in here for quite a little while. It looks like we're gonna have to get up here. And there's some over here. There's actually quite a bit all over the place. I was trying to get it to go into one central location. Unfortunately, it didn't work as well as I'd hoped. Now, that one asteroid over there, that has all those nice resources. I might go back over there for a little bit of gold, maybe some titanium, because I'm going to need some gold. Let's see. I don't see. I think I got it all. Let's just. There we go. So we get oriented right. So now I know where to look. Yeah. So there's a little bit down here. Okay. Military mine layer. That must be a ship. Looks like it's coming right for me. Pretty quickly, too. Now, it's still a little ways off, so I wouldn't be able to see it, but you can find ships that just kind of float around. So let's at least throw this in here. Oh, good. The uranium finished. And so let's go ahead and grab uranium out of the assembler here. And go throw it into the reactor. So let's see how much time. That should give me about an hour. Maybe a little bit more. Oops. 2 hours. Perfect. So we have 2 hours. And yeah, that'll work pretty well. So what I'd like to do, because I don't want to store everything in this assembler here, because eventually it will fill up. I mean, you can see here I'm already using 1/4 of the space that's able to go in here. So as I start getting more and more iron, it's just going to fill up completely. So I think it's a good idea to look at making something else. So what I can do is I can go ahead and pull up my toolbar here, and it shows, you know, everything that I can make. And I think I'm going to make a small cargo container. Now I also have a medium or a large cargo container. I don't know how much they hold, but I know that they use a lot more parts. So what I'm going to need is what shows up right here where my mouse is. So I'm going to need a couple of interior plates, 40. I'm going to need 20 small steel tubes. Well, I should be able to get at least the small steel tubes. So let's see what I can actually make. I can make the small steel tubes. So let's go ahead and tell this that I want it to make 20 small steel tubes, because I'm going to need those. I also need construction components. How many of those do I need? I need 40 construction components. So let's go ahead and tell that to start working. Now I can hold shift and increase this by 100, but I don't need 100. So let's go ahead and get this up to 40 construction components, which it'll make with just the iron. And let's see, I don't think I need interior plates. I think I needed, what, 40 of them? So I need 40 interior plates. I'm also going to need 2 motors, 1 display, and 2 computers. So let's look here. So I'm going to need 40 of these. And I'm also going to need a display, which means I'm going to need some gold and some silicon. So I'm going to have to find some silicon. And I'm going to need a motor, so I'm going to need some nickel and cobalt. And then there was something else. Wonder what you need for... Okay, that's not too bad for medical components. So I'm going to need... Okay, that was it, the computer. So I'm going to need some silicon and gold. So I think what I'm going to have to do is go get a little bit of, like, a few things. Some silicon, gold, which I'll probably go back to that that asteroid. Where was it? I think that was it right there. So I'm going to go back up there and see if I can find some silicon and some titanium and things like that. Let's just go ahead and refresh my suit. So So let's go ahead and go right up here. So now we don't have any gravity because we got a little far away from the station. But let's see if we can find some silicone and some cobalt. I know there was gold in here, so... So let's get a little bit of the gold. There's gold, there's platinum, uranium. Okay, so there's silver. And let's grab the gold from like in here, where we don't have to worry about it flying off too much. Hopefully. Grab it, grab it. There's another piece. So you can see how manual mining becomes very, very hard. Oh no. Because not only do I have to fly into these things and go collect some, go collect the stuff. Ooh, is that uranium? But I also have to catch it. So once I start mining it up, then I have these little bits that are flying around. And I think... I think that was it. I don't see any little bits flying around. Let's see. So I have a little bit of gold, and I still have some more. Okay, that must have been the uranium that I had picked up that was floating. Now, I don't want to get too much more than I need because I mean, it is very troublesome without any gravity. And that's the main reason that I was getting that one asteroid that was closest to my station, is because I did have gravity there. Now, I could always build a station in here and basically put it right inside the asteroid here and just add a little bit of gravity and a nuclear reactor, but that means that I need to add more power, and so I need more uranium. So I don't need platinum. I need nickel and cobalt and silicon. So let me see if I can find any of that around here. I think this is... Oh, cobalt. Right there. Where did it go? Oh no, I did get some. Okay. So I just have to be very careful and make sure that I'm able to pick it up as it flies off. See, there's some that I missed. Now, being that I'm mining it inside this asteroid, there's a better chance that it's just going to bounce off the walls and eventually just stop and kind of float here. So I have a little bit of cobalt, not a lot, but a little bit. Let's see if we can find some silicon. Uranium, iron. Let's see, cobalt's right here. Iron is just this red stuff all over the place. Silver. Let's see what... There's some cobalt up there. I'm guessing this is probably just stone. Lots of iron. This is definitely going to be one that I hit up. Especially for the uranium. Ooh, what's this stuff here? What's this colored stuff? This... Oh, magnesium. I'm thinking that's what it is. Yeah, magnesium ore. So that's not really giving me the silicone wafers, but I'll collect up a little bit because you never know when you might need it. Because who knows, silicone wafers might be made with something else. And oh, there's silicone. Perfect. There goes a big chunk. And I don't want to bump into it because it just... If I bump into it and I don't pick it up, it just kind of makes it fly off faster. I mean, it's kind of... It makes sense. I mean, if you were to bump into something, it's just going to fly off. So I was down here getting this magnesium when I found the silicon, which was right here. And I think those are just little pieces. So hopefully that might be enough. We'll have to see. And the last thing that I needed... So I have the silicone. I have cobalt. I think I needed nickel. Which nickel might be an alloy of something else, or it might be... it might be something that I can just mine up. So let's see... Let's go around the outside. I'm guessing that's iron, right? It's not really telling me. Nickel. There's some nickel. From the distance, it looks like it's inside. So let's see if there was another way in. We might just have to go back. Ah, here we go. And the whole time I have to keep in mind my life support system. I have to keep an eye on that. So let's see. So we have lots of iron around us here. Tin. Or not tin. Iron. Cobalt. Iron. Nickel was somewhere here. Might have been farther in. There's some nickel. I'm guessing this really, really rich red stuff. Yeah, it looks like this really, really rich red stuff is nickel. So who knows? This this whole place could be made out of nickel. There's a good chunk. Now, this is the hard part is we're just making something to store all of our stuff in. I mean, could you imagine trying to make a ship? So let me go ahead and collect up a little bit more of this stuff. And I'll meet you guys back at the platform, probably when I run out of life support. Okay, looks like I'm heading back a little bit sooner than I thought. You can see there my volume is basically how much I can carry is completely full. So what I'm going to do is between this episode and next, I'm going to go ahead and start running all of these materials here through the right here through the refinery. I thought I could put more than that. Yeah. Okay, so don't shift click because it's just gonna put different stacks of 100. Well, I guess that's not too bad. I guess it's gonna hold as much as it can, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw all of this stuff into the refinery and let it go. And then next episode we'll come back and we'll actually look at starting to get some kind of storage space. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to go ahead and get my life support back. And with that, I will see you guys later.